What is up, YouTube? Silver Dragons here, and in this video we're talking about gold and silver prices. They have moved much higher today. We'll talk about why that's happening and where we can see them going from here. All right, let's do it. Thank you so much for watching my video. I do sincerely appreciate it. If you want to learn more about investing in precious metals, or if you just want to watch awesome videos about gold and silver, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, make sure to check me out on Rumble. This is my backup channel. I post all the same videos over here. There will be a link down below in the description. Okay, so where are gold and silver right now? Well, today gold is up $47.82, sitting at 1681, so we're nearing the $1,700 mark for gold. Silver is up $1.23, currently sitting at $20.85 an ounce, so we're well above the $20 range. I mean, we're nearing $21 an ounce at the moment. The gold-silver ratio is down 3.04 points, sitting at 80.67. So obviously silver is moving up faster than gold, and that's why we are seeing the GSR drop. So why is all of this happening? Well, basically it has to do with the US dollar getting weaker. So yes, oil is up, the stock market's up, crypto's up, everything is up today. The US dollar is down 1.75 points, or 1.55%. So when the US dollar moves down, seems like everything else is moving up. And what's the big deal? You know, why is the US dollar moving down today? Is this trend going to continue on from here? Let's check this out. The headline for the Kitco News Jim Wyckoff article today is "Gold Price Sharply Up After Goldilocks US Jobs Report." So let's just read a little bit of this here. Starts off by saying, gold and silver prices are sharply higher in U.S. trading Friday, boosted by a U.S. jobs report that landed in the sweet spot of marketplace expectations for the report. Silver prices notched a 3-week high. Strong gains in crude oil prices and a weaker US dollar index are also bullish outside market forces for the metals today. Now, I just want to briefly say this is the number one thing that I'm looking at right now for silver. You know, is silver going to go up? Is silver going to go down? I look at the US dollar index. If it's down, then you can basically guarantee silver's going up. If it is up, then you can basically guarantee silver is going down. So silver pretty much just does the opposite of whatever the dollar is doing. The dollar moved lower today and silver moved higher. Now, gold to some degree does the same thing, but not all of the time. So I mostly look at this for silver, but yeah, sometimes it's also the case for gold. Now, right here, Jim decides to talk about some sort of employment numbers apparently being up, the non-farm payrolls number. But the thing is, actually for October, we've seen unemployment go up. So in September, unemployment was at like 3.5%. And obviously this number is way skewed, but it's the metric they're using. They were expecting it to go from 3.5 to 3.6%. It actually went to 3.7%. So unemployment is getting worse than they thought it would, and this is across the board. So I'm not exactly sure why he's not talking about that. I mean, I feel like if unemployment is getting worse, and it is, this would lead the Fed to want to start the pivot sooner, which is kind of why I think that we're seeing the US dollar get weaker. The markets are starting to figure out we might see a pivot as soon as December. Down here is the 24-hour spot gold bid. So the blue line, this was during the FOMC meeting 2 days ago. So gold did spike up and then it plummeted down. Yesterday is the red line. We can see gold went down and then it rallied towards the end of the day. And the green line is today. We see this big rally in gold spot price, but it is starting to come down, so we'll see where it goes from here. And then if we look at silver, silver is a similar chart. Blue line, we had that spike drop. Same thing with the red line yesterday, and then today we're seeing this pop in the price. So I feel like it's probably going to level off, but here's the thing. All eyes are on what the Fed is going to do in December. I think this is going to be the biggest factor for silver and gold prices. If the Fed decides to only do a 50 basis point rate hike, then we can officially say the pivot has started, and this is going to be extremely bullish for metals, and it's going to be bad for the US dollar. If they continue to raise rates by 75 basis points in December and then moving forward, this is going to be great for the dollar, but it's going to be really bearish for precious metals. If we take a look at the CME Group FedWatch tool, we can see the probabilities for the next meeting. Now, yesterday, these were basically 50-50. I think it was 52% for a 50 basis point rate hike and 48% for a 75 basis point rate hike. Well, today, after more numbers come out and we get some more information, we now see there's a 56.8% chance of a 50 basis point rate hike, which would signal the start of the pivot. So it looks like, I don't know how they compile all this information, what sort of, polls they're doing or whatever. I mean, maybe they're just looking at the economy and things like that. But they are saying now it's more likely that we're going to get a 50 basis point rate hike in December. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this. Obviously, it's going to change, from week to week. And so I'll keep you guys updated in future videos if anything big happens. But this is definitely something to pay attention to. So I guess the story for today is that the dollar has moved lower, gold and silver have moved higher. So yeah, it's nice to see a little pop in the spot price. I mean, obviously, if you're trying to buy more gold, if you're trying to buy more silver, then you don't really want the price to go up because it's going to get more expensive and then you get less metal for your money. However, if you already have a large stack and you're just sitting on it, then it is kind of nice to see a little bit of validation, see the price go up. You're like, all right, I made a good investment. But the thing is, gold and silver are a long-term thing. When I buy my gold and silver, I don't intend to sell it for the next 20, 30 plus years. So these little moves in spot price, a dollar up, a dollar down, to me, they don't really matter that much. I'm looking at the big picture, and I feel like, the 2020s, the 2030s are going to be a time for silver and gold to really prove themselves. I think we're going to see a lot of inflation, and I do think we're going to see metals move a lot higher, specifically silver. But, if silver does move up really fast and sort of close the gap with gold, if that GSR narrows, then I might look at converting some of my silver over into gold. If we do see silver and gold move much higher in the near future and you do cash out, I would not stay in the dollar. I would move into something like property, get some land, get something that's more tangible. Do not keep your wealth in dollars. I mean, that's basically the worst thing you could be doing right now, in my opinion, which sounds funny because the dollar has actually been doing fairly well over the last 6 months. But, when all the other currencies are doing worse, what do you expect? I mean, eventually the dollar will have its time. These things, they swing back and forth, right? And the dollar is super high right now. You could almost say the dollar is kind of like in a bubble, and eventually that's going to pop. Dollar's going to move much lower. We just saw a little taste of that today. So anyway, what are your thoughts on everything that's going on? Feel free to put a comment down below in the comment section. And are you excited about silver and gold prices moving higher, or are you bummed out because you want to buy more? Let me know that as well. I do want to say a massive thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you all in my next one. Silver Dragons out.